Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Horizons 3. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a great day. Last episode, we finally got our power situation all sorted out, so we are good on power. Today, what I want to do is automate ore processing, essentially. So right now, we've got our laser drill and our void ore miner, which are producing ores. But if I want to process them, I have to come and grab them manually and pick out like which ones are actually ores and put them in this chest to be pulverized. It's this whole thing, and it's kind of a pain. So what I want to do is I want to kind of automate this whole system right now, so that it just happens automatically. When we get an iron ore, it gets sent to be processed. When we get a gold ore, it gets sent to be processed, and so on and so forth. So that's sort of the plan for starters. Also, a couple of you mentioned right here, we've got kind of hiding behind here, we've got these power conduits, right? We've got these hardened flux ducts, and then we've got fluid ducts running right here. And what you guys mentioned is I can get signalum plated fluid ducts, which will basically double as both power and fluid transfer. So I think that's something else we should do as well. And now that we have been running our Blizz farm for a while, I've got a bunch of Blizz rods and stuff, so we can get into signalum machines, or I guess technically they'd be, what is it, upgrade? What would they be? Yeah, signalum upgraded and then resonant upgrades. We can basically upgrade all of our thermal expansion machines to the highest tier, so that'll be really good. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to need some tin. We've got a fair amount of it, so we're good there. So let's go ahead and make a few tin gears. Let's just make like 8 of them for now. That should be fine. And then we're going to need machine frames. So let's go ahead and make 8 machine frames. That'll be, we might not use all of these right off the bat, but they'll get used. So next, let's go ahead and make, oh, I actually have an additional pulverizer. I didn't even realize that. Why do I have, where did I get a, oh, I know where I got it. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. So in that case, let's go ahead and make another Redstone Furnace. We're going to need a few things for this. First things first, let's make 2 copper gears. Make ourselves a redstone reception coil, and then we're going to need some bricks. Do I have any bricks right now? Not really. Do I have any clay? Yes, I do. So we need 8 clay balls. Let's just smelt those up real quick. Also, augment. Well, you know what? We don't need those right now. That's fine. Okay, so we've got our bricks. Turn those into actual bricks, and now we should be able to make another redstone furnace. There we go. All right, now, next thing. We need kits, so we can make these into the highest level. This thing is already a reinforced, so let's go 1 signalum upgrade kit. We're going to need to make, it's fine. There we go. Let's grab Blizz rods. Can I do those in here to get... No. All right, so best way to do this then is probably the pulverizer. That should give me like 4. Yeah, that's not bad. Or I can just do it this way and get, 2 per Blizz rod, but this is fine. So back to our kits. Let's go ahead and make... I need to make more signalum, huh? Okay. So signalum was copper, silver, and then a bucket of destabilized redstone. I've got 3 buckets of destabilized redstone in here. So let's grab a couple of buckets. 1, 2, 3. We'll toss all that in here. And then we need 9 of those and 3 of those if we're going to make 3 buckets worth of that stuff. We'll change auto input off, put that here, put that here. That will smelt into the dust that we need. Okay, while we're waiting on that, let's look at signalum-plated fluiducts. Opaque. Yeah, here we go. So basically, will it work with just regular ones? It looks like it has to be hardened fluiducts, which are actually pretty easy to make. Just lead and Invar. Or you can use hardened and Invar. So actually, that's not that bad. I've got some other things that I want to do with the fluiducts at some point over the course of this episode. Preferably sooner rather than later. But let's go ahead. Redstone, there we go. Make another batch, and one more batch. There we go. So that is 12 signalum blend. And I think, if I remember correctly, I need to make that in the induction furnace with sand. Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. So now we've got some more signalum ingots. Let's go back to our kits, and we will make... Excuse me, did I not have cryothium dust? I guess not. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and make a signalum conversion kit. I'm going to put this guy right here. And boom, that thing is now tier 3. So that's great for us. And then we also have this redstone furnace. So do I have... I do not. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. I wanted to see if I already had any conversion kits in my thing. And I don't, and that's fine. So let's make a bronze gear. Hardened. Next one... silver gear, reinforced, there we go. And then finally, one more signalum. What goes into making the resonant? It's actually not that bad. What am I missing? Pulverized coal? That should be pretty easy. I mean, basically it's just like, let's just pulverize a little bit of coal. I think 4 would be enough. So we can actually just go straight to Resonant, honestly. And I think that'll be much better. We'll take that. Here we go. Let's go back to our kits. Oh, that's right. I actually need to make the pyrotheum. Good call, self. There we go. Make a little bit of that. And then we need... Oh, we need lumium. Okay, how do you make lumium? Lumium is tin and silver combined with destabilized with glowstone, which I totally have. So basically, if we take like, we'll just make like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, let's do like 6. And then it was silver as well. Get that going, put that in here. And then grab 2 buckets. Like so. That gives us energized glowstone. Tin's almost done. I've got augments to speed this up. Let's take advantage of them. I swapped them out for these secondary sieve ones before because it was taking a little longer. I was trying to get niter is what it was, but either way. So do that. There's lumium and lumium. Lovely. And then once again, there we go. All right, so there's the lumium for the resonant kits. Excuse me. So we go... Oh, hey, come back, you. There we go. We got 2 of those, and then we need 8 Enderium. And Enderium is lead, platinum, and resonant ender. And how many of these do I need? I need 4 per. So lead, platinum. And then do I have any resonant ender? Doesn't look like it. So let's grab some... Oh, I have 1 bucket. Okay. So I need a little bit more. That's fine. Let's grab another... Let's just make another tank, actually. Put that right there? Didn't that I thought that had redstone in it. I guess not. Whatever. Either way, let's get this going. That'll give us one more bucket of Resonant Ender. 2 platinum. I want to double check this really quick. Iridium blend. Yeah, 3 lead, 1 platinum. Okay, so that's actually a little easier. I think it used to take, like, I want to say it was like tin, lead, and platinum, maybe? Something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it was a little more complicated, if I remember correctly. Either way, there's some Iridium. And there's some more. Lovely. Okay. Did I make an extra? I did. Okay, fine. Well, we'll make a little bit more then. Might as well. We've got the dust for it. Toss that in there. Let's get this going. That'll give us some more Iridium that we can use. And we'll do that part later. Okay. So now we should have everything we need for our Resonant conversion kits. One of these, we can just combine these 4, and then instead of an upgrade kit, it's a conversion kit, which means it'll just convert straight to Resonant. Whereas this one is an upgrade kit and you have to use it on the previous version. So basically, we now have 1 pulverizer and 1 redstone furnace that are both the max level that they can be, and that's what we want. So that's great for us. You're up to 1,000 now, so take that. There we go. Real quick. Let's make a little bit more of that. And boop. Always nice to have a little bit of extra Iridium lying around. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to set this up in a way where it is completely automated. It just happens on its own, and we don't have to mess with it at all, and like it's just good. So the question is where? Where do we want to set this up? Also, let's sleep real quick. And also, how... I mean, we could set it up right here. I'd kind of prefer not to. Maybe the thing to do... I mean, really, we're going to automate this whole thing with refined storage anyway. And this is... Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. This is a little wider over here than it is over here. Ah, okay. Gotcha. So we could actually set it up, like, right here. Right? And then this would actually... like, we wouldn't have to run the cable very far because the refined storage stuff is right there. We would, however, have to run power cables, and I don't necessarily want to do that. Let me figure out where I want to put this, guys. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've got it all set up. So I decided to put it over here. We have, basically this whole thing is pretty much done. The only thing I need to do is this part and tell it like what ores are actually supposed to end up in here to be processed, and then we need to customize these machines and all that kind of stuff as well. So let's take some of these augments out. We don't need them right now. We'll make sure that none of these are configured. That should be on auto input, as should that. And then I've got an importer over here, which is going to take anything that ends up in this chest back into our refined storage system. And I also have importers that I set up down in our quarry room as well. So I've got an importer on each of these 3 chests. This one is not actually necessary for ore processing, but it's nice to just have it so I don't have to come and manually transfer all that stuff. I could also swap these chests out now for something other than diamond, just use like regular chests. But we got wires and conduits running all over the place, and it's a mess, but we'll fix it at a later time. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to define what stuff we're going to actually export. So I want to export gold ore, iron. We don't need all of these. We just need like 1 of each. Gold, iron, copper, lead, tin, not diamond. We want nickel. We want platinum, mana infused, I guess. Silver, aluminum. Oh, I actually didn't grab gold. And that should be about it, I think. Can I make iridium? Yeah. So let's actually do iridium as well if there's room. I'm not entirely sure that there will be. So let's also go to refined storage. I just want to see in any of the upgrades if there are upgrades that will give us stack, speed, silk touch. Yeah, maybe not. There might not be an upgrade to allow us to do more types of ores. So if I would want to do that, I'd have to add another exporter, which wouldn't necessarily be like the worst thing in the world. So let's take the ones that we've already done and let's put them down here. So we haven't done lead. We want nickel. I've already done tin. And I've already done iron. Okay, there we go. So we do want silver. Aluminum, iridium, not as important. Platinum will do. And then I guess we'll just do iridium. So mana infused and iridium will not get sent to this system. But it's okay. So then here we're going to say input from this chest. Export to this chest. And then over here, we're going to say input, export. So any stuff will get sent here and then ultimately pulled back to the system, which is what we want. So now this is working on iron. You can see the iron in this drawer is going up. So that's what we want. Okay, so now let's see about maybe increasing the speed at which that does its thing. So I'm thinking we want a few of these. We're probably going to want 7, because you just want this to work as fast as possible. So let's try. Yep, there we go. So we got 7 of these now. There's our augments. And if we throw all of those onto these machines, like, that should... I really expected that to speed it up more. Maybe it's because it's not fully powered yet. Oh, yeah. See, now that the power is increasing, it's definitely getting much faster. Okay, yeah, so now it's keeping up fairly well anyway. It's doing its thing. That's what we want. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, next, let's take a look at these signalum-plated flux ducts that we've been kind of looking at a little bit. So, we said we needed hardened fluid ducts, and we can probably just make these... I kind of want the ones that are visible, because I like, when it comes to fluids, I like to be able to see the fluids going in and out of them to make sure it's working properly. So we did that, and then I think we can just do this, and there we go. We've got some signalum-plated flux ducts, or fluid ducts now. So that's great for us. Let's look real quick here. There is a tank, this thing, the black hole tank. This is essentially like, it holds a lot of fluid. It just holds an absurd amount of fluid. That's basically what it comes down to. It's like the quantum tank from previous versions of Minecraft, or like, I don't know if there was ever actually a deep storage tank, but either way, this is something we want. So let's kind of deal with this, and here's what we need to use it for, right? We've got essence. We're using essence. Essence is really important, but look at this. This thing has not been around all that long, and it's still, this thing's full, completely and totally full. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take 1, 2, 3, like so, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, right? So basically what's happening here is the fluids will now transfer out of here instead, but this will still transfer power. It'll do both. And that's what we want. So let's grab these guys and get them out of the way, because I need those servos. And we're going to go boop, 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 like that. Ignored, ignored, ignored. And now you can see this thing's filling up, but it's still going to transfer the power that we need. So that's great for us. And then I think what we'll do is I'm going to put a black hole tank right here. So this thing will start filling up with essence. And then in addition to that, we can grab another servo. And let's also go ahead, grab a cable. And then we need a storage, external storage right here. So what do I need for, come back you. What do I need for that? I need a destruction core, okay. I need a construction core, and I need an improved processor. So that's all pretty easy. Let's grab the stuff we need for that. Let's, a little iron, a little bit of gold, some redstone, and some printed silicon. There we go. So we need gold, 2 iron, and then we go like that. And like that. Lovely. All right. Toss that stuff in here. Storage. You make me one of those. Make me one of those. And I also need 1 chest. Just a regular chest is fine. Okay. Boom. All right. We got ourselves an external storage thingy. Now, the reason this is important is because refined storage is completely and totally capable of handling fluids. That is like the huge advantage that refined storage has over applied energistics. Applied energistics has some advantages over refined storage as well, but really, when it comes to fluid, like this essence as a perfect example, refined storage smokes applied energistics in a big way. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, if I can get it back here anyway, just right there. Yep, there we go. We're going to put that on this and just connect that to the system. So now this essence is part of our refined storage system, which means that if we take this, actually, let's not do it there. Let's put you up here. We'll just put a fluid duct and a servo like so, just to drain this thing. It'll take a bit, but that's okay. I'm not in a hurry. You can see it slowly draining. That's all going to drain into here. But what that means is now if I run another cable and an exporter to this guy right here, we can keep this thing filled up with fluid. We can now basically transfer fluid from wherever we want. Also, we want to say U priority plus, we'll just say like 1,000. Sure. This is going to be where all of this stuff comes from. And we also wanted to say type fluids. So this thing will handle fluids now, and that will all be in the system. I would really like a way to monitor that, though, so we can actually see like what fluids are in our system. So let's just see. Is there a fluid grid? Yeah, here we go. So we need a regular grid, which means we're going to have to make a few more of this various different stuff. So let's go back and grab our silicon. Oh, it's still, I bet it's, yeah, okay, that's right. It's still in the thing. I was looking at that and going, wait a minute. What's going on here? I was losing my mind. And then I think we actually need a diamond as well. So let's take a look. Fluid grid. So first things first, we need an actual grid. So we need another construction and destruction core, which means we need 2 of those and 2 of these, right? Yep. Okay. And then we're going to need 1 advanced processor. Let's go ahead and make all this necessary stuff. Beautiful. Okay. We'll need a bucket. That's no problem. I think that should be basically it. I just need to actually put all the pieces together. So one of you. Oh, I misclicked. And one of you. There we go. Make me a regular grid. And then we need an advanced processor, which apparently I already had one of in my system, but whatever. I don't really care that much. And then we just toss all this in here. And that gives us a fluid grid. And then we can just put this right here. And now I can look in here and see, oh, I've got 69 buckets of essence in here. And I can monitor that. And if I want any, I can just click on it and it will automatically fill up a bucket as long as there are buckets in my system. And if I want to put it back, I can just shift click it back and there we go. So that's beautiful. We now have fluid running through our refined storage system, and we can use that for whatever we want. We can basically now transmit that essence to different spawners or however we want to do it. And making sure that we have a quantum storage tank down here means that we're basically never going to run out of essence. Or it'll mean that we're never like wasting essence, because these resourceful furnaces right here are going to produce tons and tons and tons of it. It's just going to keep going up because this thing is running nonstop to power our whole base. So yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, unfortunately, guys, I am out of time for this episode, so I do have to call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.